When you're serving others, that's your purpose. That's Ed's purpose, in my opinion, as an outsider looking in.
It's only because I've learned these lessons that you can amplify the pursuit of that purpose. You have to have profit to do it. When I think about my kids and I say, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's the question, which is a horrible question. But if you try to guide them in any way to explore their interests or explore their curiosities, I absolutely want them to start businesses or be involved in something like this someday. But I'll be honest, I don't want them to go through the sleepless nights and the stress and the things that I went through. So can you balance that? My answer has shifted over time as well to saying, let's keep purpose and contribution at the center of what you want to do, because that's ultimately going to give you the most fulfilling life. If I'm talking to my son, I'm going to say contribution is going to give you the most fulfilling life, no doubt. However, sad fact, it takes money. I don't necessarily need you to just say, all right, high school's done. It's all risk entrepreneurialism. I think there's a couple ways you could get to that path.
I don't think you could be an entrepreneur without sleepless nights. Those things go hand in hand. Maybe
No
a few
question.
people do. That's just part of the gig. Did you always want to be an entrepreneur, or when did you know that entrepreneurship was your calling?
When I had my first job, I enjoyed it. I started saving in my 401k. I think I did all the right things, but I wasn't ultimately satisfied. I think part of that came from the ignorance of thinking, if I start a business, I'm going to make all this money. I just wanted to accelerate that. Part of it was envy of some of my classmates. I thought we're advancing in a more exciting and more profitable field. And part of it was just, I think, typical unrest of just trying to grow up and do that. I started with another friend of mine and we created a website in 1999. And that was my actual first endeavor into business and being exposed to that MBA. So I had the seeds in there. And then that was also why I said, I still don't really know what the heck I'm going to do, but I know I want to do more. And I thought, well, if you get your MBA, then you're supposed to master business, right? I don't know exactly where it came from, but I think it's just a combination of not knowing who you want to be, thinking you're going to make a ton of money and that'll solve everything. I grew up pretty poor and that probably drove a little bit of that. God bless the ignorance of young entrepreneurs thinking that just starting a business means I make a ton of money. Thank goodness for that, because that keeps the innovation engine going. If everybody really knew about the sleepless nights, I don't think we'd have the dramatic kind of small business environment we do in this country, which again, I think is one of the most special things about it.